Hi, welcome everyone to another episode of Thoughts on Education. Today we have with us Dr. Neerja Arun, who is the principal of Bhavan's Arts and Commerce College in Ahmedabad. So, ma'am, starting off, we will have a brief introduction of yourself and then we'll start with the questionnaire.
Right. So, Namaste. I had Bhavan's PG College, Arts and Commerce in Ahmedabad. And I've been working in this college for past 22 years, and as a principal I'm working for last 12 years in Bhavan's college. In addition to that, I'm also a syndicate member at Gujarat University, a syndicate member at Babasaheb Open University, and there are a couple national and international universities where I work in the panel of education, examination, curriculum setting and all. So primarily I'm an academic researcher and an author. That's it.
So, that is great, ma'am. So, what are the key factors that have kept you connected to the education sector?
Primarily, I think the varieties of knowledge we get in this sector is not available in any other sector. The other sectors make us very micro-sighted. We are limited to our fields, but education gives us an opportunity for wider networking with the younger generation as well as with the seniors. And it also opens every day a new page of knowledge. And this has ceaseless excitement. So as a researcher also I enjoy, as a human being also I enjoy this connect with life, hearts and thoughts and ideas. And this is the driving force in remaining in the education sector.
And that is great, ma'am. You know, you being wanting to get in touch with the today's youth and guiding them is something which is appreciable. So, being the principal of Bhavan's Arts and Commerce College, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
Well, a leader should be ceaseless. A leader should never be satisfied. A leader must always think of growth and development and progress. And that might mean horizontal and vertical both. We cannot limit the growth in any one particular area, like increasing the number of students or increasing the number of courses should define our growth. The growth has to be holistic. It should touch all the aspects of life, whether inner or outer. I always say Bahya Karan and Antah Karan. And Karan means tools in our philosophy. So we have to use all the tools to reach out to make the constructive contribution to the society. A leader must be thinking above all. Not at the parallels, but maybe one step ahead, one step above, one step beyond the peripheries. So one has to go beyond the boundaries. It has, a leader must leave the comfort zones. We cannot ensure success if we keep on living in our comfort zone and then aspiring for the growth. So a leader has to have that drive which is courageous, which is dynamic and which is unprecedented.
That is true, ma'am. So, a leader has to have a vision of where he wants to, take their goals and their ideology. So that is true. So how does the curriculum of Bhavan's Arts and Commerce College ensure the best practice of the industry?
Normally it's an affiliated college, so we have to follow the prescribed syllabus, but there is something which we add at Bhavan's campus. The things which we add are on both the nodals of the world. One node is the Bhartiyata because it is Bhartiya Vidya Bhavan and K.M. Munshi ji was the precursor of this institution. So we connect the students primarily with the Vedas, with Upanishad, with Gita, with the sayings which come to the Sambhav. But on the other hand, we also have courses, and which is the only college in entire Gujarat, I must say, which offers compulsory language as French, Arabic, Persian. So we try to cater to almost all sectors who aspire to be in India and who are thinking global. And we have offered certain combinations which might cater to different types of aspirations of these students. So crossing over the boundaries of commerce and arts, they can actually mingle in our foundation courses, in our compulsory courses, in our elective courses. They can offer certain curricula which are not generally offered in a very stereotyped graduation courses.
So yeah, we that is true, ma'am, because colleges now do have to branch out from their regular theoretical subjects to give the students an overall perspective of the real world as well. So what you're doing is certainly preparing the students for what are the things out there, the challenges out there. So what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the college and the students are?
Primarily, I have to prepare them for their life, whether it is through curriculum, whether it is through extracurricular activities or co-curricular activities. The quotient of confidence and quotient of knowledge, that is my primary duty to give them. In addition to that, I need to identify the spark, the extra spark what they have. And I'm really happy to say that many students who enter as a very, very common, very, I must say, very docile students, they shine up and they make their mark in the world. And some of them have started their cricket academy in Canada. Some of them have made their mark in the film industry, in politics, in medicine. Like when they were the entrants, we could never have expected. Today, when an institution like IIT Gandhinagar tells me that we need this student as our intern, so even we are surprised that, oh, this boy or this girl has risen to that expectations. And it's an arts and commerce college, and a technical university wants them as an intern. So somewhere we are trying to match their aspiration to excel and giving them certain internships, certain trainings, certain exposures, which would be really helpful in making them think out of the box also. So they are not simple graduates. They are somewhere which would match with their dreams, and they would go miles ahead in their life.
That is true, ma'am. One of the main responsibilities of a college is to, mentor and nurture a student and guide him on where he wants to go ahead with and how he should be, leading his life, and he should be having fun as well, not just, doing something for the sake of it. So, what do you think should be the college's top priorities over the next 10 years?
The next 10 years, as the new education policy has also identified, there are certain other slogans which match the aspiration of the youth. I always say that it is not the politics which actually defines the society, it's other way around. So today, if we are hearing a slogan like Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is a very clear signal from the youth that they actually discard the Naukri system. They are fed up with this Naukri system, and now they want to be entrepreneurial. They want to start their own ventures. They are capable enough, if we give them support, they are capable enough to shine in their fields. Hence Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we need to create that particular atmosphere and scenario in next 10 years to a student who comes and demands that, okay, I need a degree in this course. Are you offering it? So the institutions have to respond to that locality, that particular stakeholder, that particular region, and the locals would actually, today the education is at par. So pan-India, you can't have the same requirements pan-India. The requirements have to have been localized or regionalized necessities. In next 10 years, this scenario is going to change. Because then there would be the local industry, the local organizations, the local demands, the local raw market, the stock market, which would demand different courses. So this gap between the employability and the employment would be reduced. And this is how the education institutes must respond to. We have to lessen this gap. We are producing the graduates which are not employable, and this is a general complaint of the industry. And the next 10 years, with the help of this new education policy, where they have given an autonomy to cross over the boundary, to bring in multidimensional, multidisciplinary scenario within the campus, I think this is going to change the maybe face of the youth or face of the market or the industry.
That is true, ma'am, because nowadays that is a true complaint that many of them are not employable and all, and they're saying that the skills are not matching with what we are expecting. And we certainly should strive to raise entrepreneurs. Many colleges are certainly having incubators, and they have a framework to enable them to progress in that field as well. And that is one aspect which many people are focusing upon and should be focusing upon as well. So when you first came to the college here, what was your vision for the college, and has it evolved over time, and how far along in implementing that vision are you?
Initially, it was only to teach. Now, this was not my first college. I had already worked in other cities, other countries, and all. But then, particularly this college, when I entered, it was maybe a need for employment, so I was happy by teaching. But then, the multidimensional personality, the other dreaming habits, they diverse the whole scenario and my activities. So it has evolved over the years. For example, I joined as a faculty member, and today I am the principal, and not only the principal of a college, I have been now in the university syndicate also. That means we are taking decisions not only for the college but for the entire university. So it has definitely enlarged my governing skills and administrative skills, as well as I am now holding certain academic sections also at university. So both ways it has evolved since I joined. Multifold it has evolved.
That is true, ma'am, because if a college does come under a university, and if the university is not kept up to date, so it is the responsibilities of principal or the academicians to keep on bringing those changes to tackle the new difficulties and challenges which are certainly coming into the world, and what are the new ideologies, and what are the new sectors of business which are popping up, and all of those. So what would you like people to know about your college that they might not know?
Oh, they may not know many things about my college for many reasons. One is I'm not very media savvy, or my staff or my students are not very maybe they're not seen in media for different reasons. But then of course I must start with saying that today my college has about 27 foreign students, and these students range from Fiji to America, and they are studying graduations in my college. The other two very important aspects which I think this college stands very unique are, one is a startup and one is sports. I would like to start with the sports. This year my college has given to the country an Olympian. This girl, Ella Neville Villiard, she is a 10-meter shooter. She has won many goals in Commonwealth, in Asian Games, in many other games internationally, and she is right now number one ranker as a shooter in the world. And this year she has been announced as the player of the year. And she's the one who replaced Abhinav Bindra in the Indian team, and she has now been selected for Olympics. And she is a girl who, after 26 years, anyone from Gujarat would be playing in Olympics. So she is our student. Apart from her, I have many shining girls. For example, there are two girls who play for the country in lawn tennis. They are the country champions in university cadre. Then I have another shooter. He's a boy. He's also national winner in 10-meter shooting. Then I have a girl who is a cyclist, and she's the only girl who has cycled up to Himalayas. And the army has actually acknowledged her, and she's now been sponsored by army. Many of the sports girls are there. There's a Gujarat girls cricket team wicket keeper is in my college. Then one particular student from Jammu and Kashmir, he is also in my college who has been playing leagues for Jammu and Kashmir. So my college is also known for sports persons, very young sports persons at the national and international level. And right now around 15 such national and international players are hosted by the college. And I'm not talking about the university and state level players. There we have about 50 such students. Then we are hosting, I think, the maximum number of MOUs with international universities, and our exchange programs are live. Every year, 3 to 4 students, they go to foreign universities and same number come to us. We are the only college maybe in the country who hosts the Fulbright Fellow. Normally, Fulbright Fellow are hosted by universities and their departments, but this is a college which hosts a Fulbright Fellow, and 2 we have already hosted. So actually it's a multifaceted thing. But then this year another glory we have achieved. Ours is the only arts and commerce college in entire Gujarat which has got this startup grants from Gujarat government called SSIP grants. And in the first year only we could start very noticeable startups. And I'm lucky to say that our college is awarded as the Startup College of the Year award in entire India. So we have a startup innovation cell where right now about 12 startups are functional. 3 have been into company, like they have been made into company, registered as company. 1 has gone for patenting. So let's hope for the best as the startups are concerned.
That is great, man. There are a lot of things which we did not know about your college, and the glorious alumni it has, and of course the students which it currently houses as well.
Yeah, you reminded me actually. I think 1/4 of the ministry today is Bhavan's alumni, Gujarat government. So they are the MLAs and honorable ministers. They have been our students. So I feel proud of their presence in politics, their presence in sports, their presence in market, and of course their presence as an administrative, because there are many IAS and state government officers in judiciary, in administration, who have been our students.
So Bhavans has a very rich alumni base and also a very rich history as well. So, what do you see as Bhavan's Commerce and Arts College's strengths, biggest strengths?
Biggest strength is its management. We have such a nice management, trustees, who have planted their full faith in us, who have always seen the growth, whether it is growth in infrastructure or growth in the human resources. They are there at the beck and call and would not like to stop us at any point. So apart from that, the faculty members, they are very committed. Any college would boast of the faculty members. I'm not demeaning the other colleges for that, but my colleges for different reasons has different challenges. Being situated in old city, being situated amidst those strata of the society, which is we call normally low strata of the society, and then go and make a place that for 7 years by some very competent magazines of India, when they take out the list of the colleges, we were among 50. So that needs some extra effort. So I'm really thankful for all those strength factors. And of course, we all aspire, the best thing is our students who give us the full support, and we organize, very, very closely national and international conferences and symposium and all those events. And our students, the way they are trained and they help us out, I think it's a combined effort.
That is true, man. That is true, because there are 2 major big aspects which contribute to the strength of a college. That is the students and the faculty, both of them. So when both of them join hands together, there is nothing which can stop them from achieving their dreams and goals. So what are the biggest challenges that you see both for higher education in India and for your college specifically?
Right. Challenges are many. The first is the gap between the aspirations and what we cater. The student, when they enter into the colleges, they think they would be out not only with a degree but also with a job. Where I find myself a disconnect at the college level, we cannot give jobs to all the students. So there is a gap between aspiration. The second challenge is the finances, the grants, the human resources. We are in dearth of good grants and in dearth of good, filling up of the post at the faculty level. Not only the faculty level, even this support staff is also in dearth. So when you don't have the enough working hands, we have to compromise in our aims, in our objectives, in our aspirations, and that actually result in the output. So that is also a challenge. The another big challenge for my college particularly is the area where we are working, because that area belongs to the old city, and normally there's a concept that the western part of the colleges cater better campuses, better infrastructure, because a young boy or girl is more attracted towards the glamour of the society, the other part of life of the society, which might not be possible in that part of the society. So major challenges are few, but we have won over those challenges. We have made a mark in the society. We are also trying to overcome those challenges as well.
That is true, ma'am, because in the government sector where colleges are being aided by the government, there seems to be mismanagement of funds, where many colleges might feel that the funds which they require to prepare the students for the future may not be present. So that is something which is to be looked upon. That is a general issue which is present over there. And going ahead, any suggestions would you like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Yeah, which I normally keep on repeating is that connect with your roots. Roots are very important. Whether we call roots the family as roots, or we say our traditions as root, or we say our mother tongue as roots, whatever. Root is very important. The moment we start discarding our roots, we place ourselves nowhere and we hang ourselves in middle of the air. So we don't achieve anything. Have full trust in this, this very beautiful culture of our country, because it gives us, in a very subtle manner, it teaches us the scientificalities of life. And if we can give this confidence to our youth, that you already have everything, you have come down to the college only to polish your knowledge. You have come down here to enlarge your vision, but don't think you are deprived of vision. Each one has, it's just like water. You have to just flow and it will find its own way. So the youth must go back to the roots without any complexes, because this typical culture of English and westernized education system has created a divide. And the youth many times lack confidence because of maybe not able to communicate in English or some other problems. If we have their roots very, very firm, they would be able to cross over any difficulty in life. And secondly, have faith in humanity, because that is the only saving factor. In the coming times, the pandemic has again taken back to these two things, humanity and roots. So we have to learn lessons from our life. Books are not always everything. Beyond books also, how do you stand is your personality. So create a personality.
That is true, ma'am. Social responsibility is something which has been taught in our culture since a very long time, and even though we are a very multicultural nation, the basic knowledge or maybe the basic advices which they are giving out are the same in any culture.
In the pandemic times, only villages have saved the cities. Many people have gone back to villages during lockdown. So it's not cities which have saved the villages, it's other way around.
That is true, because Nowadays, youth are influenced by many factors, and they're influenced by cultures which are not as old as us. Maybe they are being influenced by the Western culture, or maybe they aspire to, have a culture similar to theirs.
Yeah.
But we do have an older culture which has sustained
Absolutely.
and lived for a very long time,
Very true.
and it speaks for itself. So that is not to be,
Tested or then tried.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are some plans that you are currently, or maybe you are right now currently designing for Bhavan's college right now?
Right. We are going ahead with certain extracurricular activities. We are going ahead with some extra courses, with some fusion of courses with their degree courses as well as the vocational courses. Recently, we have tied up with NIOS for the vocational courses, which will come free for the students along with when they are doing their degree courses. So then we also have some free online this competitive exams system also, which we are now going to start for our students. So this is something which will directly relate them to their livelihood. But in addition to that, we also look ahead for some more exchange programs with Indian universities now, because this pandemic has taught us that international MOUs were stalled during this whole year. But then India is open. So if we have more MOUs within India, then also they will open up to different cultures, different environments. They would intermingle with their students. So this is how it has come up. So we are now looking up for some prestigious. There's some under consideration like BHU and Vasinta and Pondicherry. Some of them we have finalized. This is the way, and some very small term courses like in manuscriptology or heritage building, because Ahmedabad has been now a heritage city now, so it would need more types of facilities. So how to manage heritage, so heritage management course, these type of courses we are trying to adopt now.
Great, man. There are many plans which are in play right now, and of course they are going to help and create more opportunities for students. So how do you tend to establish a healthy relation and environment in your college?
Well, one thing is the first effort would come from us only. We can't expect that everything will be normal and fine. It's the environment which attracts the outsider. So creating the environment, creating the mentorship, creating the hurdle breakings, ice breaking sessions. So these are very frequent at Bhavans. And we do it right in the beginning of the session, then in middle of the session, and at the end of the session. So that creates a sort of trust within the college, and with that trust only we try to create that healthy atmosphere that if someone needs help or someone is in trouble, then we can just share out the responsibilities among ourselves only. And this trust is not only for students, it's also for the support staff, it's also for the higher authorities. So it's basically touching all sectors who are the stakeholders of the society.
That is true, ma'am. Having a transparent, open door policy and having building a trust which a student could have on a faculty, that if I am facing a problem, then I can approach.
So we also have this online systems also. They can put complaint, they can also get the consultancy, they can also see everything, because of each and everything is on the website. We also have some SMS messaging systems. So each and everything is sent on their mobile also, any change, any schedule, anything. So it's the reachability also. We are within the reach, so they can reach us.
Digitization has also helped a lot now.
Yes.
So thank you very much, ma'am. That is all we wanted to know, ma'am. Thank you a lot. We have gotten to get many insights about Bhavan's Arts and Commerce College, and there are a lot of things which we did not know about the rich alumni base and various activities which are taking place over at your college and all. So thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you.